Van Gogh. Who was he? We'll find out. What I'm trying to do is to faithfully imitate on canvas what I see before me, but rather to use color in the most arbitrary way to express myself better. No, she doesn't love me! Quoted by Van Gogh. Although Van Gogh is one of today's most renowned artists, his own depression from lack of love contributed to his own unhappiness. However, Van Gogh started drifting away from his use of inefficient proportions and non-dynamic colors. As he became acquainted with several impressionists, the influence of lighter art techniques let him express his soul onto paintings more vivid. Earlier paintings, Van Gogh's acquaintance with the lower classes of the 19th century made him aware of the violence that threatened the natural morale of a society. In one of Van Gogh's early sketches, Van Gogh paints fishermen with arrested to display gloomy feelings that lead to the violence in other men. Van Gogh paints the fisherman's face with grim expressions and poor shading in order to emphasize the fisherman's feeling of despair and indignity. If ever I came to believe seriously that I was being a nuisance or a burden to you and those at home, so that it would be better if I were not there at all. Van Gogh wrote this to his brother Theo in a sad tone, in order to depict his self-destructive depression that contributed to the weakening of his own mentality. Similar to the working classes, corporal... Van Gogh often uses nature as a symbol in many of his paintings. However, the essences that his beautiful flowers and trees bring do not exactly interpret reality. In Van Gogh's wheat field with cypresses, he illustrates the simplistic nature of simple trees, blue hills, cornfields, and a cloudy sky, in order to create a harmonized feeling of peaceful euphoria that is often overlooked by a storm's turbulence. In a more vivid painting, his 12 sunflowers in a vase are painted with rich gold complexions for the flowers, in order to symbolize beauty and truth. However, in truth, the flowers are actually weak and dying. Van Gogh starts to portray a sense of hopelessness in order to express his exaggerated sympathy for the lower classes of the industrial life. In Van Gogh's Angelus, he portrays a sense of hopelessness and sadness by emphasizing the horrid conditions of peasants who are condemned to their daily duties. Mommy, 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 mommy. Just like the young boy sitting here, Van Gogh expressed the state of a mother and child who struggled in making enough money in order to save themselves from this. However, the huddled position of the young girl in his Angelus is an example of pure hopelessness. People started to realize Van Gogh's brilliance and art talents. He continued to paint about his youth, especially Van Gogh's discontent with the world so profound in financial success. The welfare of their people becomes so isolated and unimportant as their individuality becomes. Trees were associated with death and immorality. This is apparent in Van Gogh's Starry Night. In a Galliard Foundation house imitated artwork of Van Gogh's famous Starry Night, he uses the black cypress in the painting in order to indicate a sign of cruelty and atrociousness. The cypress also denotes the working class and peasants who felt isolated from the flourishing rich and middle social. Without a personal identity, the cypress is isolated just like how the peasants felt during the 19th century. Van Gogh continues to reflect his feelings and emotions toward a better society. He encourages a simpler life against the complex and industrialization of the 19th. Van Gogh paints his bedroom in Arles in order to display the simplicity of life by painting a common bedroom, which depicts a person's necessity to sleep. Van Gogh excludes any symbols that relate to industrial technology. In addition, he scrapes the paint off of the floorboards and the walls, in order to symbolize that his newfound hope for this simple life is fading away. In this portrayal, a young boy is sleeping on a bed, throwing his cares away as he falls into a deep slumber. However, this alarm clock from across where the boy is sleeping is a reminder that his slumber and feelings of carefree is not forever, since he will eventually have to go back to school in the morning. Van Gogh shows us his feelings of hopelessness towards the underprivileged people of the night. However, he tries to emphasize temporary escape, since the ideal simple life cannot be. Thank you for joining us on looking through the beautiful paintings of Van Gogh.